Hello, and welcome back to the long-awaited return of the Rigged Recap, where I am joined by my co-host and YouTube queen, Kayla Says.
Hi, Derek. I'm so glad to be back. So much has changed since we last did this, because I have a new job and you almost died.
It's true. It's so true.
I
But
do want I do want to address that because we did say we were gonna do recap for Dragula, and then Derek literally died and had to recover and was editing Drag Duel, so we were like, whatever, we'll take a backseat, but
yeah,
we're so back.
we recorded the first episode, and then
Yeah.
immediately after I had a near-death experience, and then it was just like chaos.
Yeah, so that's lost media that you can speculate about forever.
Added to the iceberg.
Added to the iceberg, the one Riggs recap Dragula episode before Derek literally had a moment. But he's fine. He's alive, right? You're alive.
Yes. Yes, I am alive. And Dracula was great. The end. I'm JK, I'm making a video about it, but um
Ooh.
that would have been a really good season to discuss, I think. So kind of sucks that we couldn't do it, but maybe next year. Well, next year's Titans, so we have to.
Right, next year is Titans. That's very exciting.
Yes. But we're not talking about Dracula today. We're talking about Drag Race season 17. I'm so excited for this cast, for this season. I know nothing. I don't know a single damn thing. That excites me.
Okay, I got spoiled not by virtue of me like doing that for myself, but because everyone on the internet sucks ass. It's not entirely spoiled for me, and I'm going to try my best to go through this season as if my knowledge does not impact what I'm viewing. And I don't know everything, I just know a couple things, and I will not be imparting them to Derek. People online who want to just like spread spoilers for no reason, suck ass. All of you still suck ass.
It's so annoying because, like, it's not that hard. It doesn't make you special that you know spoilers because quite literally anyone with a phone or a laptop can find them with one search.
No, literally, especially because, and I won't spoil who it is, but like there is a queen who we know is already getting cast on an all-star season. And, obviously that was gonna happen anyway, like because everybody from every season gets cast on an all-star season. But now, like, everybody in her comments, even if people are like, oh, I'm so excited for this person to win, they're like, well, she'll win All Stars 10. And it's like, fuck you. Like, I hate people. I
Yeah, I
really do.
guess that, yeah, that is the one spoiler I guess I do know because I know the cast of All Stars 10. So I guess I know one person from the season who doesn't win. But that's kind of like common knowledge at this point, but like whatever.
It is common knowledge. I just think again, it's so funny that these people are like, "Oh my God, I read the same Reddit th doc that everybody else read, and so I have to ruin everybody else's good time because I'm so fucking terminally online and can't help myself." Wow, we're so back. I'm already bitching about Drag
Exactly.
Race fans online. It's like
Ex-
we never left.
Exactly, exactly. So before we dive into season 17, I want to talk about what our like thoughts were on season 16 and what we would want to see improved or brought back for season 17. So, Kayla, take it away. Favorite and least favorite parts of season 16.
Ooh, well, my one of my least favorite parts of season 16 was the promo, and I think they've already brought that to a new level, which I know we'll talk about, which
Hmm.
is good. I feel like it's, the first impressions are everything, and like the vibes are good. You know what I mean? The vibes are already starting high. Not that they weren't high for season 16, but like, you had a lot of negativity in the air with people being like, "Oh, I hate this promo," like whatever. And that's not there. I don't like split premieres. I would like to not see one. I have a feeling that I'm not gonna get my way. I don't know any direct spoilers about that, but I would like no split premiere, and I would like the saving somebody the potion twist to come back. I thought that was fun. I thought that was cute and fun. I
Yeah,
think that was like a good twist that kind of affected gameplay. And I feel like that could be fun this season.
yeah. I'm okay with a split premiere, but if we're not going to get a split premiere, I want a top two non-elimination premiere.
Ooh, okay, I like that. I prefer that to split premieres, I think.
Yeah, I like that everyone gets at least 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Um, but I do agree that like a split premiere is not as exciting as like when everyone walks into the room together and it's like, 14 new queens, all the interactions happening at once.
It also is only 14, which I believe is smaller than current standard, I think.
Well, last season 14? I think it might have been.
Oh, really? Huh.
15 was 16 seasons,
15 was
or
16,
15
yeah.
queens, which was too much.
And that was
And
chaotic.
yeah, it was just too. There's so many queens from that season that I think are lost to just the juggernaut that is Drag Race because not
Yeah.
everyone, and it's hard to stand out when there's 16 people.
Yeah, that season definitely benefited from like, doing did they do two premieres? They didn't
No,
actually.
that's the time they didn't, and they
That's
should
the time
have.
they did. I'm getting it all like they should have. That is the time that they should have. I'm
Yes,
getting it all blended together in this lovely brain of mine.
there's so much. There's a lot of Drag Race, and it's hard to keep it all together. Did you watch? You haven't watched two of the best seasons of the year though. Canada versus the World and UK6.
I did watch UK6.
Oh, you did? Okay,
I
good.
did watch UK6. I love UK6. I was gonna say this is the year of just like everybody who I want to win Drag Race not winning.
No, same. Like we were rooting for Saphira. No, I
Rooting
was
for
rooting for Cheryl or Kennedy on Canada versus the World. No, and then Lavoie
yeah, and All Stars 9.
and Gray Matter.
And Grey Matter for Dracula. Like literally just I was like, oh okay, this is the year where like nobody I wanted LeVon to win so bad. But yeah, like this is the year where nobody who I wanted to win won anything. So hopefully 2025 fares better for me.
Yeah, I'm trying to think though, because I was on a roll with Drag Race winners, because I was like Team Aquaria, I was Team Evie, I was Team Jada, I was Team Simone, I was Team Willow, and then I was Team Sasha. So I was like due for my moment was over.
Yeah, it's a new era and we're being left behind in the dust and that's okay.
Yes. So getting into season 17, holy shit, this cast is beautiful. This cast has a budget, and this promo was everything I needed.
It was so gorgeous. It was such a simple theme, like water, and rain, and they just like they elevated it. They gave it an America's Next Top Model moment with them walking through like the water and stuff, and all their heels look gorgeous. It reminded me a little bit of like the All Stars 4 promo. I really like this promo. I thought it was really good.
Yeah. So we're going to talk about each queen. We will give them either a closed case, which means that we loved what they presented, an open case, which means we were so-so on it, or a cold case, which means we were unfortunately not featuring what they presented this time.
Yeah. And I guess we should say I didn't even realize we didn't even talk about that. We're on video for this episode.
Yes, yes, we are. Well, because like I feel like we both wanted to, like I was gonna want to put out a video about this anyway. You're gonna want to talk about, so let's just put it on YouTube and feed the children.
Yes, and it's gonna be a teaser for what is to come if y'all have never listened to the rigged recap before. This is what we do every season. Thank you to everybody who has listened so far. This is the only place I talk about Drag Race publicly now besides my Patreon, so y'all are in for a treat.
Yeah, the rest of this season will not be video like this. It will just be on Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you listen to your podcasts. But special thanks to the almost 3,000 of you that had us in your top for the Spotify.
Yeah, that was so exciting. I was like, wow, look at us on like everybody's little graphics. Like,
I
look at our little
know.
faces. It was adorable. I loved it.
Yeah, so thank you all, and we're excited to continue to deliver the rigged recap into 2025. So, water themed promo. I loosely, very loosely, am following the theme because Storm controls water, among other things.
There you go. I have blue. This has blue.
Yes,
This
see,
has blue.
we look great. This is our promo looks.
Yeah, these are our promo looks. We also got the holiday vibes going. That's my Christmas tree in the
Yes,
background over here.
I
Look
got a
at
little
it.
elf hat
Beautiful.
on.
Yeah, like we're festive. The vibes are good. No one can bring us down.
So let's start off with the very first queen from this cast. Acacia Forgot. She is from Los Angeles. Also, Can we just say how I love how we have so many Midwestern queens this season, queens from states that we don't really get that often. There's only one New York queen and two LA queens.
Wow, you're shading New York.
Yeah,
That's
bitch, you had your fucking time in the spotlight, okay? Five New York queens?
five New York girls. Listen, yes, I'm excited to see all of the different representation. And for those who see me, I'm looking down at the looks on my phone as well, so I
I
can
will
reference
be
them.
pulling it here.
Those
So,
damn Zoomers on their phones.
yes. So, what do you think about Acacia Forgot's look as well as her Meet the Queens video?
Okay, I hate that she's first because this is the one of the only looks that like I'm not a huge as much as the other ones. Okay, I still like it. I just feel like it didn't I don't love it as much as the other ones, but I still like it. I'm sorry. I'm gonna be the worst. I don't
Already
know.
disagreeing
I
from
just
the
I
first.
feel okay. I just feel like the bottom, like the pants are a little like bulky and I feel like it kind of swallows her up a little bit. But like I like the rest of it. I like her makeup. I like the hair, and I like the top with the shoulders. I just feel like I there's something off about the bottom for me.
That's
That's all.
fair. That's fair. I do disagree. I love that you can still see her waist. I think she has a nice shape. I like how insane it looks like she's getting crashed, like waves are crashing onto her. And it
Mhm.
reminds me, this top part reminds me a lot about Release a Slave's Human Nature or Mother Nature look
Oh
from
yeah,
Phase
yeah,
6. It had the same kind of like I don't what material is that? It's very structured. It
yeah.
looks like moving water. I loved this wig. I think her makeup is pretty. I really like this look. I'm giving this look a absolute close case.
I'll give it a close case as well because it's not like a hideous look or anything. I also think it's an interesting like because if you look at her social media, she's like very, like Dolly Parton inspired. She's like a country girly, and I feel like that's
Yeah.
so hard to translate to like nature and water as a theme and like still have that read. So I think she did a good job, all things considered, with that.
Yeah, I think she could have maybe done better to show like her drag better because especially for a promo look, like you want to give people like a nice glimpse of what your drag is. And I do agree that when you look at her social media, this is more of an outlier. But I do think it's really cool that she is a live musician. She plays like 30 instruments. She seems like a really like just like nice person. And there was people that maybe I don't remember as much from their Meet the Queens, but I remembered Acacia, even though she was first.
Yeah, also this is so niche, but whenever I see her name Acacia, I just think of that girl, Acacia Brindley, who was like a very controversial like Twitter. Somebody in the comments will know what I'm talking about. I'm not elaborating further. Anyway.
Well, okay, you were in the live chat watching this. What was your experience with the live chat on YouTube?
I'm not gonna lie, if you were in the live chat, like some of you are racist as fuck. And like you were out there being racist as fuck with your whole government name, and that's crazy.
Crazy.
I as a test tried to like say something in the chat, and it like wasn't showing up, and I tried it like twice, so I don't know if I'm like muted from the Drag Race channel or something. But I'm not even singling anybody out here because I feel like they were like this for everyone. Like they were so mean. Like so mean, so fat phobic, so fucking racist. It's spoilers left and right, and for what? Like they should just turn off the fucking chat. And when Acacia was talking, I remember everybody was like, "Oh, boring." Next, oh, she's a live musician. What about Trixie? Girl, shut the fuck up. Like it's so annoying.
I'm glad I wasn't there. I would have just turned it off, honestly.
Like I don't understand. Don't watch the show then if you literally hate every single like, we talk about like, production choices that we don't like or challenge or judging choices, and that's one thing. But to look at like the first impression of these drag artists and be like boring, neck, like
Flop,
just publicly
fat.
flop fat like with your whole chest, like first of all, like you can't do what they do. None of you can do any of what they do. So shut the fuck up. Thanks.
Also, they're going to be making way more money this year than you ever could. So have
Yeah.
fun being miserable.
Like they're just such miserable fucking people. It's so fucking weird. It's so weird. I hate it.
Yeah. So up next, we have ARRIETTY, who's from Seattle, Washington. I wonder if she knows Bosco or Irene Dubois. She's Irene Dubois' drag
Daughter.
daughter, I think.
Yes. Yes. That's correct, I believe.
So the house of alien slash demon slash whatever Arietti identifies as is growing.
Yes, and I love that she got her name from a Miyazaki movie, I believe, which is very cool. And I love this look. I love the makeup. I think the eye makeup in particular is so, so cool. And I feel like she had a benefit of like I feel like this kind of like aesthetic influence. I feel like if I'm correct, she talked about her love of like anime and cartoons, like that translates well to this theme, and I totally get who she is looking at it, and she seems really fun. So I will give her a closed case.
Yeah, I think this is really really pretty. I like the holographic kind of elements to it. I love the hair and makeup. I will say her personality is not what I was expecting just based off of the look. Like she seemed a lot more. I thought she was going to be more like weird, you know what I mean? But she seemed pretty just like chill and just like, yeah, I'm a drag queen. Let's fucking go. Like, so I'm interested to see like more of her personality, like just because I
Yeah,
wasn't expecting it.
the other weird thing, I think this was her. There was like people in the chat were like, "Oh, she sounds like Q because she's like I don't know, some has a black scent or whatever, but she's literally not white." Like, what are you talking? Like, I don't know. People are crazy. People are
Yeah.
crazy.
Also, like, whoever edited these photos, whoever the production designers that put this set together, it was so stunning. Them like walking through the water, which I was like, I wonder if they knew that ahead of time, because there are materials that you probably don't want to get wet, and other ones that are like fine to get wet. And
Yeah.
I would want to know that so I could plan accordingly. But like the fountain of water behind them just coming from the ceiling, like this was so well done.
Yeah, I really liked this look, and I'm living for all these photos. They're so good.
Close case for Arietti. I'm excited to see. I think they might have some really great runways that are like out of the box, which is the kind of stuff that I live for.
For sure.
So up next, we have Crystal Envy, who is from Asbury Park, New Jersey. And they said that that was a really like intense drag scene. So I'm assuming that they're gonna come in with like a little bit of like a cutthroat attitude.
Yeah, I really liked this look. I thought it was really cute. I don't know if it's my favorite of all of them, but it's like super polished, and I just like the way it moves. I think it's cool.
Yeah, I think that it almost looks like fiber optic material.
Yeah.
It's I love how it is shaped. I love that it's giving her such a wonderful silhouette. I think her makeup is beautiful. The wig is beautiful. I will say when it comes to like personality, I don't remember her as much as some other people. I couldn't really tell you much about her just like off the top of my head. But I think she's going to be a force to be reckoned with. Like she seems like she's a very competitive person.
She also just joins the League of Crystals. There's so many crystals.
Well, a lot of people were saying that this was like a like AI generated drag name.
There's one other name in here that I think is a little bit more AI generated than Crystal Envy, but we'll get there.
Crystal Envy is like it's not the most unique thing I've ever heard, but I do think it fits her. Like I could see why she is called that.
Yeah, for sure.
So I would give her a close case for sure.
Closed case for Crystal.
Up next, we have Hormona Lisa, who is the queen that famously was getting a book signed by RuPaul during her book tour, and RuPaul cast her on the spot.
Yes, and I also noticed in the chat that people are being really mean to her because they feel the need to like humble her as a result of this. Once again, shut the fuck up. You're just mad that it's not you. And good for her. I mean, it's not like she's like a queen like that has like 100,000 followers and she's from LA. She's from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Has a really like fun personality and a cool aesthetic. I know she said that she's like the pink queen and she loves pink. And so that's, naturally a little bit hard to translate to a theme where everything is blue, and I think she did a great job. I think she looks good. I totally get like, what her vibe is from this, and I think her silhouette looks fantastic. So,
Yeah. Well, I was not expecting like she has such a thick accent and just like her personality is so just like Tennessee, but her character is so like pink and bubbly and girly and I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is such a like contrast, but I love it. I think it's going to set her apart and make her very unique. I love this look. I love the holographic dress with the pink little jacket on top, the umbrella, the hair. Her mug is so be. I've been following her for like a long time, like way before she was cast, and I've always thought she has one of the most pretty mugs I have ever seen.
Some people were also saying that she didn't walk the rain runway in like the full look. I don't know why that is, but I don't know, I like what she had on under it. I think it still worked.
Yeah, it looks like I don't know if she had this same dress made as a bodysuit because it looked very similar.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering if this material or something like she didn't want to get wet. I don't know. I don't think it was like the most smart idea in the world to for like everyone sees you first thing and it's just like a little bodysuit because
Yeah.
obviously people had a lot of things to say about that. But then when you get to see the full look, I think it is beautiful.
Yeah, I think it's gorgeous. I love the little like umbrella that she has in a couple of these pictures. I think it's great. Closed
Yeah.
case.
Closed case. I'm really excited for her. She has one of those personalities that I think RuPaul will immediately be obsessed with.
Yeah, for sure.
So, up next, we have Jules Sparkles from Tampa, Florida. The most queens this season come from Florida. There's three Florida queens. Jules is one of them. She is the drag granddaughter of Trinity the Tuck. And she is getting a lot of Georges comparisons, but I think her personality is very different from Georges.
Yeah, I agree. I also this is the AI generated drag name, if anything.
Jules Sparkles.
I know it's just because I think Chantel's her mom, right? Chantel Sparkles, which probably
Yes.
means we're getting Chantel in like in season
I
18.
have wanted Chantel for so long.
She's coming. If it's you know what I mean, like if it's one of those situations where like if it's Jules, like we're getting
It's
Chantel,
gonna
you
be
know?
like Harry Colby, Sasha Colby. Like I can't
Yeah.
let Jules be the most famous Sparkle.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't think she's very like I get the Jordas comparison in the look. I when she speaks though, I get more like I don't know. I think the Valentina comparisons are more apt than anything, but she just seems like so lovely. Like she just seems like she's so excited to be there. And I love queens who like are like, who aren't above that. Like they're like, wow, this is a great like, honor. And like I'm so happy to have this platform and I'm so excited. And I'm like I like to see that like genuine attitude.
Yeah.
And I love this look. I think she looks adorable.
Yeah, no, she looks so good. I love this wig with this like headpiece coming in. Her makeup is beat. And I found out through one of my like little online friends, the people that you just like chat with a lot, Leo, that she's a theater queen. Like she took years and years of theater. So I'm excited to see that. I think this is a really cute look. It's not my favorite, but I think that it shows off her drag well. And I think that she's gonna be one to watch for me. Because if she has like the dance moves with the theater training and the beauty that she has, like she could be a big threat.
Yeah, and this is a closed case for me. I also love the headpiece. I think the headpiece is gorgeous.
Yes, yes. And I love this style of wig. Like anytime anyone
Yeah.
wears a wig like this in any color, I'm immediately like, she
Yeah,
looks
so
beautiful.
good.
Okay, up and next we have Joella from Los Angeles, and I was recording with Huge as Mammoth and Amandum last night, and they had told me that Joella is actually a humongous Katy Perry stan, and in the Katy Perry fandom, there's a side of the fandom that love her and a side of the fandom that want her dead.
Oh, that's so interesting. I don't know anything
I
about
know.
that.
I was like, this is the lore I wasn't expecting. Apparently, her name used to be Joella Perry. So she was like a huge thing in the Katy Cat fandom.
That is so I don't even know how to like parse any of that out. Okay. Um of course Nero and Amanda would know that too.
Yes. Yes.
I really like this look. I like her personality. I think she's fun. And I think she's a little chaotic. I kind of like that she doesn't like give a fuck about anything. I also just like tend to root for people. Like everybody in the chat was like fat, fat, and it's like, no, fuck you. Like now I want her to do well because you're being mean to her, and that's so annoying.
Yeah. I will say this is my least favorite of the looks. I think it's just my eye doesn't know where to go. There's a lot of patterns, there's a lot of things going on. And I think she needed something in the middle to cut up the blue. And I think that would have made the look a little bit more like I could look it up and down and see where it was going. But right now it's just my I don't know where to look. Uh I think I'm gonna give this a cold case. I'm sorry, Joella.
Wow. You know what? You know what I like about it? I feel like now that you're pointing that out, that makes sense. I feel like my eye goes straight to the wig, and I love the wig and like the purple and stuff, and I think it looks good on her. I see what you're saying. I still kind of like it though. I'm gonna give it a closed case.
Positives for Joella. The wig and makeup are absolutely stunning, and her personality is tens.
Yes, absolutely.
So I'm excited for honestly, I'm gonna keep saying I'm excited for everyone on this cast. There's not a single person on this cast. I'm like, whatever, queen.
Yeah, good vibes all around.
Yeah. Up next, we have someone that I am so excited for. You don't even understand. I've been following this queen for so long, and to see her on this show, I think she's going to be a front runner. I think she's going to be one of RuPaul's favorites, and I see her in that finale. It is Kori King from Boston, Massachusetts, famously Plain Jane's drag sister.
She is so fucking funny. I was cracking up during her whole like Meet the Queens. Like I just think she's like so fun, has so much personality. I've seen her on social media before and she's just funny. And like she's not reserved. She doesn't hold back at all and like, you know, I love it. And I like this look too. I think she looks really good.
Yeah, this like I mean it looks like liquid. It gives her an amazing shape. She's always known for her shape. Like she is
Yeah.
going to cinch and pad like no other. I love that she was just like it was very Idge Bowl, her Meet the Queen.
Yeah.
But that's just like her. Like one of my favorite things she does on her TikTok is she'll do that like drag race queen like shuffler where it'll like randomly like whatever. And she'll do like which queens can say the N-word. And it is so funny. She's done it like 10 times. And every time I'm like, I need to watch this 10 times because she's just so endearing and so funny. And I would love to give her my phone number so that I can take her on a date. Thank you.
Wow. Listen, you never know.
I always have like one crush a season, and this season it's Kori King.
That's so valid. I think also this promo is like it almost is like old school in a way. Like it reminds me of just kind of like, like some of the older promos that we've had, and I don't think that's a bad thing. I think it's simple, but like it's executed well in the details. And I really like it, and I'm gonna give it a close case.
I do think we're in the age of like abundance of like I need to have 10 million things on to look
Yeah.
extravagant and to look big. But this is just very simple. It's one fabric that is done so well and placed so perfectly everywhere. And I don't think it needs anything else.
No, I don't think so either. Yeah, I feel like yeah, they get one chance to make a first impression, and people kind of like associate like putting so much shit onto an outfit as like being good, and like you don't need that. She looks great.
Yeah, hair and makeup, perfection, total close case. Up next, we have Lana Jarret from New York. She is famously the drag daughter of Luxe Noir London. And she was recently in a little bit of a controversy, quite literally 2 weeks ago.
Dude, okay. I talked about this on my Patreon. Can I get into this
Go
counts as
for it.
our daily discourse for today.
Daily discourse. Yes, it's High
Yes.
Skate.
I knew when we got here this was going to be what it was because it's the closest thing. Okay. So, if you're not familiar, a couple weeks ago, I guess Lana was doing some kind of pageant or something, and she had heels that had two goldfish in them in like one each of her shoes. Um and this was controversial because, okay, here's the thing. I feel like I can give a perspective as somebody who like I have owned fish my whole life. Like, I know how to take care of them. Like my dad owned them. I have them. You know what I mean? There's a severe information gap when it comes to fish because people think that because they're so small and because they like have little brains, like they don't really feel anything. They're not like, I guess they're impervious to pain, and that is not true. They're actually very sensitive. They're actually, they can die very easily if they're startled, especially those kinds of fish. So people were like, "Hey, this is animal abuse. This is not cute." And for a while, Lana didn't say anything, and Lux and Candy Muse were defending Lana on Twitter, being like, whatever, it's just a little feeder fish, meaning a fish that like is going to get fed to other animals. Like, why are you guys freaking out over this? Apparently, there was somebody who I guess claimed that they were gonna call the police on Lana because fish fall under certain animal abuse laws here in New York. And then Candy was like, "Why are you calling the police on a black queer person?" And like, true, don't do that over something like this. That's crazy. I don't even know if it's true that somebody was doing that. I think Lana ended up handling it the right way, where she was like, I apologize. Hey, I did a messed up thing and I apologize. And that's really all you have to do, because I've encountered so many people in my life who who just literally don't know. Like, it's not taught to people that like fish are really sensitive animals that like can die easy. I'm sure those fish definitely died after she took them out of the heels. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
those fish
Like
are long gone.
they're dead, and like that sucks, and like it's shitty, and I don't like seeing that, but also like you gain nothing from like just shitting on a person for a choice like that and not trying to like educate them. You know what I mean? You don't come out like nobody like teaches you immediately how to properly care for a fish. I only know because I learned. You know what I mean? Like I think people really blew it out of proportion. They didn't want her to actually learn anything from the situation. They just wanted to be like tisk tisk, whatever. And I don't think that's beneficial. And I think she handled it well. She apologized and she's not going to do it again.
Yeah, I'm like
Okay. Like,
I'm like somewhere in between the Twitter trolls and like you. Like I actually really thought her apology was great, but I
yeah,
also think I don't think you need to learn to like, hey, maybe you shouldn't treat animals.
that's true.
Like I think that's just like a very obvious thing you shouldn't do. So it was like a little alarming to me that like she would do it in the first place when you could so easily just get fake goldfish and throw them in there and it would have looked exactly the
It
same.
would have looked the same, you know what I mean? Like it would have looked exactly the same. And I think
They even
yeah.
have the little motorized ones that like move a little bit.
Yeah, they move around. Like there's things that you can do to like make them, you know. I just recommend people to actually this was I followed this subreddit called r/shitty aquariums, and this where people just post like terrible aquariums for fish, and somebody posted Lana seals on there, and I was like, yo, this is like a
Oh,
really crazy like colliding of the worlds right now.
well then
Um
did you see someone edited like the shoe with the fish like with this promo?
Yes. Yeah, of course, and it's like an aquatic themed promo, like that's
Yes.
like I do agree that like she should have known better for sure. But I also think that like, you know, you'd be surprised at like just how like when it comes to this kind of stuff, like just how much people don't know. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And it sucks, and it's really unfortunate that it happened. And yeah, what the fuck? What a
Yeah,
weird.
I think it was very fucked up. I think it's a little bit
Yeah.
concerning, but she apologized. I liked the apology and I hope that she learned something.
There we go. That's your daily discourse for today. This
Yes.
promo eats down. She looks so good.
Oh, yes. This nude illusion was crazy because for a while, like I couldn't tell if there was even fabric, or if it was just like these things like glued to her body, and there was fabric, but you could barely tell.
Yeah, no, she looks gorgeous. She looks like a video game character. Like I'm obsessed with it. I think I everything about it is so good.
Yeah, I love she had these like fins on her face, on her legs. Like it was just amazing. These nails, the makeup is always correct with Lana. This was incredible.
I also think that like, this could have been a situation where it's like a skinny girl like doesn't wear that much and is like lauded for being a skinny girl, but she like dragged it up, like
Oh
there's
yeah.
aspects of it like the wings and like the headpiece and stuff that I think like elevates it. I think this might be I don't know if it's my favorite look, but it's up there as one of my favorites, and I will give it a closed case.
Close case as well. Next up, we have someone that a lot of people are really, really excited for. It is Lexi Love, who went like naked, naked. She's wearing body paint and some glitter.
Yeah, I'm obsessed with her. I
This
didn't really,
was,
yeah, this
ugh,
was a gag. I feel like people either loved it or hated it, and I loved it.
it's never been done before to just wear body paint. Not, she's not wearing clothes. She's wearing like a little thing on her privates, but
Yeah.
other than that, she's wearing paint. And that is like art. That's a different kind of artistry. You know what I mean?
Right, like it's iconic. I also love on the Instagram, like there's this kind of shot, like of her in the water and the paint's like coming off, and it just like it looks like it's so good. If you're gonna do like the promo, like that's memorable. Everybody's talking about it, and it really endeared me to her that she would do something so con. Like that's
Yeah.
crazy.
And I love these wigs. I've seen like different variations of this wig, but it always reminds me of Shark Tale, that like diva
Yeah,
from Shark Tale. I
yeah.
think it was the perfect wig to pair with this. She's wearing roller skates in some of the photos, which is kind of weird. Like she has a roll, like the bottom of a roller skate attached to the bottom of this platform heel. And it's just a little like, where did that come from? Because we didn't see it in the promo.
Yeah, that's so interesting. Yeah, I also just I love her. I just really gravitate toward queens who have this very like bin here energy, like who know what they're about, and like I just the Meet the Queens like really endeared me to her, having not known that much about her. And she is my pick to win after this promo. I love her. I think she's great. I
Really?
am locking in. I'm a Lexi Love stan. I am hoping that she takes it all the way.
I would be thrilled if she won. I think she has an incredible personality. She's so just like she was immediately drawing me in. I want to know more. I want to hear her life story. I think that her makeup is beautiful, and she has, I think, everything it takes to make it to the end and snatch the crown.
I hope she does, and I will give this a closed case.
Close case. It takes nerve to do this. It
Yes.
makes me excited for her runways because she's not just going to do what's expected.
Yeah, absolutely. This was such like a home run, and I loved it.
Up next, we have someone that I've been a fan of for very, very, very long. It is Lucky Stars, all the way from California, right? No, Miami, Florida. Miami, Florida.
Yeah, this runway is really cool. Just I love the color palette. I love that I can tell kind of what her point of view is. And I think from what I've seen, like she's not full creature drag, but she's very like, like whimsical and isn't always going to do something that's like, cunty fish, whatever. Like it's sometimes a lot of the time it's like very humanoid and out there. And I love that. And I love that she is getting the opportunity to be on the show.
I would argue in this photo, she is a cunty fish.
She is a cunty fish. She is literally a cunty fish.
Yeah, no, I think this is so beautiful. Her artistry is next level. Like she never does the same kind of look twice. And I'm somewhat nervous because I do think her drag is very much outside the bounds of what's usually acceptable on Drag Race.
Yeah.
I think the closest that we've seen to her drag is Nina Bonina, and they did like what Nina did. But I also think that Nina on season 9 did go more feminine, the type of drag that's usually expected on Drag Race. And I'm not sure Lucky's gonna go like meet them in the middle like that.
Yeah, I think another good comparison is Charity Case, who they didn't like that much.
Or at
And so,
all.
or at all. And I worry in that regard. But like her looks are just like I feel like they all have like a really cool level of polish from what I've seen. And I don't know how it's going to translate. I hope it translates well enough. We'll see.
I'm very
Yes.
excited if she gets the like, we want to see the real you. I want to see a different makeup just once. I will blow a gasket.
Oh, you know it's coming.
And that's the thing, she will never do the same makeup twice. But Michelle will still have some kind of shit to say, I'm sure.
You know it's coming.
Yeah, close case.
Close case.
Up next, we have someone that a lot of people are very excited for, especially around here because she is a Midwestern queen, Lydia Butthole Collins, who I know from the online drag competition sphere. She's competed in a lot of like the online, like Instagram, Twitter competitions. And so it's really great to see her kind of graduate from those to, the biggest one of all.
Yeah, I didn't know much about her going into this, and I think she's like a little freak. And I love that. I also love the name Lydia. Lydia is like one of my favorite names in general, and I was like, that's a cool name. Um,
I
and
feel the
I'm
same way
excited to
about
see.
Butthole.
Yeah, okay, is that actually her middle name? Or you
Yes.
just no way. Good for her. What a little freak. Um, yeah, I really like. I like this promo. I feel like the headpiece is my favorite thing about it, and like her makeup. I feel like I get like the punky kind of weirdo vibe. I do like the dress, and I like how it moves in the water. I just feel like there are some shots where I'm like, I don't know if I like the middle like cutout part. I don't know.
I like the cutout part because I think it adds some more character. Because
Yeah.
I mean, it's a smaller silhouette, which is fine, and I think that the little things that she does give it more perspective and make it feel grander. She makes everything that she wears. She's a very do-it-yourself queen, which I always appreciate and love. I love this like metal piece she's wearing on her chin. I love the makeup. It's very severe, but I think she does it beautifully. And all of the poses, she's like, I'm getting underwater for these poses. I will
Yeah.
be submerged.
Yeah, and also in like the group shot, people are like, why is she literally like in her like up to her knees in the water?
Yeah, I'm excited. She's from Pittsburgh. And I've never met her in person, but I know a lot of people who have, and they have nothing but wonderful things to say about her. So I am very excited for Lydia Collins, close case.
Closed case as well.
And now I'm going to be very, very annoying because Cleveland is on the fucking map, baby. Since season one, there has not been a Cleveland queen. Since ACACIA. Uh, and now we have Anya Nerve. And can I just say, I've seen her perform probably 10, 15 times. She never does the same thing twice. She can do everything. She is so expressive. She is so fun. She loves to play with the audience. And she is just like the greatest. So when I heard that she was on, like I was immediately like, oh, I know she's gonna kill it, and I know she's gonna make our city proud.
Oh, and it's so interesting that in the live chat on the stream, people were being so mean to her. I wonder why that is.
Shut up. Also, people are taking her like, I hate video games. Why are you making a fake house? Go make a real house. Like, they're taking that so serious. They're like, honestly, I'm so personally offended. I don't like her just because of that. I'm like, go play your fucking Animal Crossing and shut up.
Yeah. No, I loved her personality. I feel like she's so fun. And I really like this look. It's so different from what everybody else did, I think.
Hmm.
And the mohawk looks so cool in some of these promos, like from the side.
Yes.
I think it looks really cool.
It's like a merlin, a marlin fish. Is that what it's called?
A marlin?
There's like a fish that has this like whatever it's called, and it was giving that.
I love that. I really like this look. I feel like a lot of people didn't like it. I just thought it was like different. I like the raincoat kind of like aspect of it. I like the power armor kind of thing that it has going on. Um, yeah, I think it's cool. I
The
like
little
it.
like rat tail ponytail coming out the back from the bottom.
Yeah, like it's just I feel like it's very different. I feel like a lot of people for this went like very high glam, and she took more of like a more powerful kind of role, and there's nothing wrong with that. And I like it. I'm gonna give it a close case.
Yeah, it's giving more like street fashion, which, like you said, it really stands out for that. And I love the materials, this plastic vinyl. I love the color on her. I love how she used white as the accent color. I love Anya. I will be her biggest defense attorney against the haters. Shut up. I hate you already. Anya Nerve will win season 16, 17, if I have anything to say about it.
I guess we'll see how that goes. We have a team Lexi and a team Anya. Let's see how that goes.
Closed case. Up next, we have another member of Trinity the Tux drag family. This is Sam Starr.
Okay, I don't mean this in a bad way, but her Meet the Queens, and I promise it doesn't. I don't like. I'm like you're like a little like sociopath, like in like a fun way. I'm like I get like a very like sinister energy from you, but not in a bad way. In like a, I feel like you're here like everyone else is gonna be playing like some kind of board game, and you're playing like full on Big Brother Survivor. That's how I feel.
Yeah, I don't remember her Meet the Queens. I don't remember anything she said. Couldn't tell you a single thing, but this look might be my favorite. It is so stunning, and you can tell she comes from the house of like Trinity and Chantel because this is very that vibe.
Yeah, this is a really cool like if I hear that the promo is rain, like I feel like this is like what I expect, like something that just looks really good in the water and like is very kind of reflective. And I think her makeup looks great. I love the hair. It's very pageant. And I'm gonna give it a closed case.
Same. I love how she included bubbles because I don't think anyone else had bubbles. But she had like a lot of like bubbles all over hers.
We love the bubbles.
We do. Closed case. And then last up, we have from, oh, also Sam Stars from Leeds, which are there any other Leeds queens that we've had on the show?
I don't think so. Not that I know of.
Because I think we've had some like Alabama, but they're always from like Birmingham or something like a bigger city like that. So that'll be interesting. And then last up from Fort Lauderdale, we have Susie Toot, who the fandom has immediately become obsessed.
Literally every single like from the minute the live stream started, the whole chat was like, Suzie, where's Suzie? We want Suzie. And then she was like the last one, and like the chat was like lighting the fuck up. I don't know anything about her. She seems cool. I don't think she has a huge following, like pre Drag Race. I don't know where all of the fanfare comes from
The
necessarily.
Tutors.
But I don't like her name. I'm
I don't
sorry.
like her name.
I
I
don't
keep
like
calling
her
her
like
Boot. I'm like Susie Boot, and they're like, it's Toot. I'm like, oh.
I don't like it. It's purely vibes based. I don't like it.
Yeah,
But
like Susie Q is like a thing. So maybe it's like a play on that.
I just associate it with farting, and I don't want to associate anything with farting.
And she gives you that kind of
Like,
vibe where like she would do like fart humor. Like she's a theater queen and she's very expressive, very silly. This look, I wasn't sold on it. I didn't like the hat.
I feel like I get it though. Like, I feel like that's like her. Like, I don't know. I
I
think
guess
it's
it
okay.
shows off her perspective really well.
Yeah, this wasn't like my favorite, but I still like it. I'm not gonna say like it was bad. I still like it.
I will give it an open case. I liked parts of it. I didn't like other parts of it. And I have to give at least one other person besides who did I give a, a close or a cold case to? Oh, Joella. I have to give at least one more like not close case.
Okay, in that case, I will give this one an open case as well because the more I look at it, the more I'm like, I don't know. Just not doing it for me in the way that I want it to.
But overall, like these looks were fantastic. The budget was budgeting. I liked a lot of their personalities, and I don't think there's an obvious like first out. Like I feel like a lot of times when you're watching the Meet the Queens, there's always like one or two queens where you're like, I'm not sold.
Yeah, everybody also just seems like kind and cool and has their own kind of like distinct viewpoint where I feel as though the last couple meet the queens you get some people who are like I don't really know what to do with you, like you just kind of repeating things that people have already said. Yeah, everybody's is cool. I'm feeling good vibes going into this season.
Yeah, I'm feeling really good vibes. And I mean, after season 16, like that was so beloved by the fans, like I'm hoping that production saw what was really working and keeps that energy and doesn't try and immediately pivot into something crazy.
Yeah, I also the last thing I want to say in regards to like people's reactions to this, and they do it every Meet the Queens. Okay, we get that some queens look like other queens from the past. Everybody was like, "Wow, Arrietty looks like Dawn." Okay, cool, you have eyes. Like
I was
I get
seeing everyone say that Arietti looks like hungry.
oh. I mean, yeah, but it's like I don't understand why that's such a big talking point at this point. Like no one is gonna have a 100% like unique look. You know what I mean? There have been like 200 people on the show, and I feel like I got a good sense of who each one of these queens is,
Yeah,
and that's enough, and that's what the promo needed to do, and it delivered in that regard.
yeah, I would agree. Who were your top two looks?
My top two looks were Lexi Love and Lana Del.
Lingerie.
Yes, Lana Del. She's
Her name just clicked.
Lana Del Rey, or some people think it's like Lana Del Rey.
Lingerie. That's iconic.
Oh my God, she said it in her promo.
Did she really?
Yeah, that's
I
funny.
was okay. I was definitely on my phone a little bit during these because it was like 45 minutes, but
Yeah, you were
that
texting me.
I was. And Matthew, I was like,
Yeah.
what's the tea? My two favorite looks, I would say, hmm, I would say Lucky Stars and Sam Star. I like the stars. Those are my two
You like
favorite.
the stars. Big fan
Yeah.
of stars.
Huge fan of stars.
Love that.
Who are you? Who's your winner pick?
Lexi Love.
I'm gonna say I okay. Love Anya. I see her making it to the end, but I think Corey King truly has every single thing it takes to win this season. She has the fashions, she has the comedy, she has the personality, and she has the nerve because she will say whatever is on her mind.
That's a good winner pick. That's a good choice.
So we're locking in Lexi and Corey as the winner picks. We'll see
Lock it
in
in.
4 months if either of us were right.
Yeah. You should come to Brooklyn for the premiere in January.
Only if it's at Thorgy's show.
We can if she has it, we can go. Yeah.
So we will be back every week, starting on the week of January 3rd. Mondays, right? That's when we release.
I think so, yeah. Something like that.
Every Monday, we will be talking about season 17 of RuPaul's Drag Race, and we will be giving all of our unfiltered, unadulterated opinions.
And hopefully people are less mean to us because we don't engage with the Drag Race fandom on Twitter as much as we used to.
Or at all. I'm like 3 months sober of Twitter. Oh, I feel great.
I am still on there, but I made the active choice to not talk about Drag Race. Like I barely do ever because every time I do, people are so annoying about it.
How's
But
Blue Sky?
Blue Sky's fine. I feel like he doesn't have as like enough of a community yet for me to make like a sufficient opinion about it. However, I did search my name on there and people are so like I have a lot of fans on Blue Sky. People are so nice to me there.
That's nice.
So I'm biased toward that community because I'm like, oh wow, like you guys like me. I like when people like me. I like being liked.
You mean you don't like when people don't like you?
No, yeah, I'm not a big fan of any of that, but that's okay. It happens.
It happens probably more than it should, but it happens.
Yes, I mean, I listen. The internet's a weird place, but it's how I make my money. So what the fuck am I gonna do? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I will
yeah.
simply just carry on.
We made our bed. Now we have to lay in it.
We must lie in it.
Well, you guys can follow me everywhere at the Drag Detective. Kayla, plug yourself.
Hi, I run a YouTube channel called KaylaSays, where I do not talk about Drag Race. I talk about movies, music, TV, culture, things of that nature. And that is where I say all my words. And you should go watch my videos because they're good. Thanks.
So, I hope everyone has a wonderful holiday season, and we will be back in January with more of the Rigged Recap.
See you soon. Bye.
Bye.